When others don't want to believe and others constantly are putting in their opinions and their judgment, all you can really do is keep pushing forward and allow time to show that this wasn't a phase, that this isn't what they keep saying. I know a lot of us go through that, and I invite you to stay and hear what I have to say regarding this topic. But first, let's start out with an informal greeting from me to you. What is happening? What is up? My name is Stacy, if you did or did not know. Hi. I just wanted to get on here and I wanted to make a video because I had a little bit of time. And for those of you who have been following me or not been following along, I haven't had a lot of time to be able to film. I haven't been able to get myself home, yada yada yada. If you want to learn more about that, you can check out my vlogs. My actual vlogs of what I do in a week or a day or whatever the heck it is. I was baking this morning, so that explains why I'm looking a little frumpy. Which I always am now. I did get a comment. The comment reads, I'm 13 and go by the name of Cage, even though I'm always called Isabella. I identify as pansexual and gender fluid, but no one will accept me because I'm so-called too young. I know what I am 100%. My grandma said you are wrong, and it's just a phase, and there's something wrong with you. Even my own parents told me there are just two genders, so pick one. Because you can't be gender fluid, it's stupid, and stop getting confused from the internet. And pansexual is the same as bisexual, and non-binary and trans are not real or valid. And even my own best friend, I think, doesn't even accept me because she sometimes cringes or whatever when I bring up liking more than males to her, and laughed a little at the name I go by. It makes me sad and heartbroken, and I don't know what to do. Do you have any advice? Because I have no one to talk to about this because no one cares. Well, as they say today, that is a lot to unpack. It breaks my heart to see how many people, how many young kids nowadays, and not just that, but adults, just see themselves as this burden, and they have these constant insecurities. And look, we all have insecurities. I have insecurities. My insecurities have been creeping up on me like crazy lately. But that's why being self-aware is very, very important. Having self-awareness so that you can check in on yourself and say, hey, is everything okay? Am I doing well? Am I not? What's going on? What can I improve? What do I need to work on? It's important. It really is important. So when insecurities like this creep up, then you start believing that nobody cares and nobody's this and you're not good enough and this and that. I'm struggling with that too. I feel you on that level, that you just feel like maybe nobody really gives a damn, nobody cares, so why even try or why even do that? But that stemming from something deeper within ourselves. We've got to go in there and we've got to figure out what it is and pinpoint it. And maybe sometimes you feel like maybe it is this, and then you realize it's not, and then or maybe it's a little bit of this and a little bit of this. So we have to work on that. You, me, the next person, we all have to take charge of that in our own life and work on it and improve that part of it. That's essential. So you're 13, fairly young, of course, especially at that age. We haven't experienced a lot in life. I don't mean that in a bad way, or I don't mean that in like a need to go out and experience and rush things. I don't mean that at all. I just mean that at that point, some of us do have a lot of experience because of the life we have lived up until then. A lot of factors go into that. It is very common for parents and the elders and people around to be like, oh, it's a phase, like you're too young to know what you like, you haven't even experienced this or that. For some people it is true. Sorry if you see this flashing, the TV's on. I had it on before this, I didn't turn it off, but anyway, that's true. You see that? That's what the TV is. What was I saying? See, this is what happens. I get carried away. Probably should have turned off the TV. Remember that this is your life. Everybody's gonna experience different things, different ways of growing, learning. I know at the age of 13, it's really hard because you are at that point where turning 18 is so freaking far away. Maybe you're at a point where you wanna be understood, you wanna be heard, you wanna be looked at and taken serious, but for the most part, that's just not how life works. I say that because with what you've told me, I just want to tell you this one main thing that I hope that you take from all this. To continue doing what you're doing and stop letting the opinions and the judgment of others control your own thoughts and your behavior and how you're seeing things and how you're thinking. Listen to yourself. There's gonna be people that come in and out of your life all of the time. Some people are gonna take you seriously, some people are not. That is part of life. That's just how the cookie crumbles. But if you can accept yourself and love yourself unconditionally and be there for yourself, have your own back, support yourself through life, through the events, through situations that you go through ups and downs, through the pain, through the sadness, the heartbreak, the happiness, through the good times, bad times, all of that. If you have your back 100%, 120%, 160%, when somebody comes around and can't have your back and has conditions when it comes to loving you and will accept you this way but not that way, you're gonna be okay because you're not gonna need them because you have yourself. And I know it's so much better to have family because for most of us, family was there first. But you also can't just stop living your life and being happy as you grow because family doesn't accept you, or because friends don't accept you, or because this or that. Now again, you are young, so you are living under the roof of your parents. To that, I always try to encourage you, no matter what age it could be, to become independent, to start working towards having that independency so that you can support yourself and you don't have your parents supporting you or giving you money or housing you or whatever it is, because guess what? Their house, their rules, right? Whatever that legal age is where you can move out legally, work towards that. Start now. Figure out what it is that you want to do in life. Start working towards it. Focus on those goals and even create a business. Find ways to make money. Flip things around the house. Sell clothes online. Do what you got to do to start saving up that money so that the second that you hit that legal age, you can be out of there and you can start living your own life for you. Listen, at one point in life, we're all going to have to be dependent, right? We all have to branch out. Some of us don't, but most of us have the want and the desire and will have to do that at some point in our life. Why not start now? Why not start thinking about that now? Why not start training ourselves to be in that mindset? Like one day, as soon as I hit 18, I'm moving out, but I'm going to have all this money saved up so I can be secure and I can learn how to manage my monies and do what I got to do to make sure that I'm okay, to support myself, especially if you're having a hard time with your family. I would suggest don't waste your time trying to convince your family or friends that you are this and that you know and that they're wrong. Instead of wasting your time on that, focus all of that time and all of that energy that you're using towards that to focus it on getting ahead in life and the things that you love to do and activities, things that make you happy. For example, if you love playing baseball, refocus all that energy. Join the baseball team at your school or your community baseball. Surround yourself around these things that you love absolutely so much that make you genuinely happy, because those are the things that are going to help you on days when you feel like giving up. You got to remember your whys. You got to remember your reasons. You got to remember the things that make you happy, because you're ultimately in charge of bringing those things into your life when you're not feeling happy, when you're not feeling tip-top. Focus on the things you need to get done to attain your goals, to achieve the things that you want to achieve in life, to get to the place you want to get to in life. Remember the things that make you happy. Those are the things that are going to help you keep going. And really know that your parents not accepting you right now in this moment or not believing that you know what you are doesn't mean happiness. You will be okay. Life is going to go on. Just because they don't accept you right now and they don't believe that is true right now does not mean that it's going to stay like that forever. It could. I don't know what the future holds. Nobody does. But that is a huge reason why you shouldn't waste all this time wallowing on that and dwelling on that, because you don't know what the future holds. Things could change. That's why I say, instead of bringing that topic up so much and talking about it and wishing and hoping and praying that it were different, you focus on other things that are important in your life. And I'm not saying this isn't important. From what I'm reading, you're giving it way too much importance when it's just another quality of you. It doesn't define you as a person. It doesn't define your character. At the end of this, all you could really do is just say, okay, that's fine. Don't believe me. A few years down the road, you'll see. By the way, different things in your life might happen where that does change, and you don't identify as this or that. We're always evolving, we're always changing. Things can happen, people can come into our life where we're like, well, I thought I was this, but hello, I think I am not. You know what I mean? Things could happen where things change. You gotta remember that a lot of times, a lot of us in this world, a lot of parents, a lot of older generations. I don't mean this in a bad way, in a negative way, but the word that I can only think of is they're uneducated on these topics about LGBTQ+. They don't know what it's like. They've never lived a day in their shoes. Maybe they've never had that confusion. Or maybe they did have that confusion, and because they quickly figured out, no, that was just not, I don't know what that was. Maybe that's why they think it's a phase. But there's no point in constantly thinking about that stuff, because they live a different life. You're living your own life, they're living their life. You guys are both going through different things, everybody's different. You also have to remember that maybe they were brought up in a household where that was absolutely wrong, in a time where that was looked down upon, in different societies, and so those things stick with them. So sometimes they can't accept that because they've been conditioned to think, oh, that's wrong. They've always thought it's wrong, they've always seen it as wrong, and so it must be wrong. And like I like to say all the time, you can lead the horse to the water, but you can't make the horse drink the water. I said it right this time. I usually say it backwards. That's why I say, don't waste your time. Don't waste your time on people who have this narrow vision of what it is and they think they're right or only see it that way, because most of the time they're just not going to budge and they're just not going to see it. I think just allow time to pass, and as time goes and they see that what they may have thought was right really isn't, then time will prove them wrong. Allow that time to prove them wrong. Look, you know what you feel in your heart. Keep going with that. Nobody can take that from you because you feel that in your heart. And as time goes, if that continues to stay true for you, then they're gonna begin to see that. I think in the meantime, like I said a million times, don't focus so much on that. Don't take that so much into importance. You're so much more than your sexuality or who you love. I know it might be aggravating because they're saying these things and it hurts you because you're like, wow, like this is the community, the people that I identify with, and what you say hurts. Because it does. You form a community, you see other people who are struggling, going through the same things, you're like, man, like we connect on that level. And you form this unseen bond, or maybe you don't realize that there's a bond, but you feel connected, and when somebody attacks that community or that connection that you feel, it hurts. So I don't blame you, it does hurt. But it is very true what they say, that people fear the unknown, and when they don't know about these things, they don't know how to handle these things. They don't know how to handle possible confrontation or how others may react and how they would react back. These are all little reasons why I really suggest that you don't give so much importance to it and you just keep doing you. Keep moving forward. Keep living your life. I know you don't want to hear it, you're young, but you are young. You are very young. And that is a good thing because you have so much time ahead of you. I think you should take it to your advantage. Work hard. Do things with so much love. Do the things that you find so much passion in with so much love. Enjoy life. Enjoy the beautiful little things that you have in life. And if somebody can't accept you, for example, your friend, if your friend is laughing at your name, then why do you still have that person as your friend? Have a heart to heart with them. Talk to them. Be like, listen, Sally, Sue, I just need to tell you something. As a best friend, I want you to know that it really does hurt me in my heart so freaking bad. I mean, you don't have to say it like that, but you know what I'm saying. It really does freaking hurt me that you're laughing at me when I'm being completely honest and I'm sharing something that has troubled me. I'm sharing something with you because I have that trust in you and I felt comfortable coming to you. But when you laugh at me, it honestly makes me sad. And I just hope that you see that the way that you may react, the words that you might say, for example, when I talk about my name and you laugh, it hurts my feelings. And I hope that you realize that the way that you react in that way where it feels like you're making fun of me or you're mocking me or you're not taking me seriously could really harm a person in ways that you have no freaking clue how. Instead of being supportive, instead of being a good friend, instead of being like, hey, you know, I'm really happy for you. Instead of saying, you can feel secure with me and I accept you as you are and I love you unconditionally. You laugh at me. That hurts my feelings and I would have never expected that from you, but remember that the way that you react to something says a lot about your character. Things like this that you go through, that's a glimpse into someone's true colors. So I hope that you keep that in mind. You know, the way that they react, the things that they say, how they act, bright as day, true colors are shining right through. And again, you guys are young, so a lot of things may change in the future and it doesn't mean that person's always going to be that way, but right now, right here, they're letting you know exactly. You can see that. And remember, Cage, or anybody else watching, you don't have to keep people in your life that don't support you, that don't accept you, that are only going to be there conditionally, that are only going to be there when it's beneficial for them. You don't have to keep those people around. That could be family, that could be friends, that could be other people in your life. You don't have to keep those people around. Surround yourself with people who are going to support you. If you end up losing all your friends because of that, so be it. There are plenty of people online. Be safe about it, okay? There are a bunch of creeps online. There are a lot of support groups online that you can go and be part of and join in on. There's a lot of people online, a lot of people around you. There's clubs. There's all kinds of people who don't have that attitude, who are very supportive and who would be so freaking happy and privileged to be your friend. It's better to have absolutely no friends than to have a bunch of them who just form a number and who are going to have conditions for you. It's not how it should work. Find new friends and surround yourself around those people who really genuinely care and want to see you happy. Life is too precious to spend it in bad company and being super sad. You have all the right to be happy in this world, but that happiness starts with you and it starts within you. Give yourself that love. Give yourself that support. Give yourself that attention. Give everything to yourself that you would love to have from another person. Give it to yourself first. You're gonna learn your self-worth and your self-value. And when somebody comes along and tries to give you less than that, or tries to mistreat you, or tries to do this or that, it's not gonna fly by because you're gonna be like, nope, I don't deserve that. Listen, life is crazy, okay? Things are gonna happen in your life, but no matter what, always grow through whatever it is that you go through. Grow through it. There's absolutely so much to learn in this life, and I just hope that this video does help you. Don't focus so much on the negativity that people currently in your life are bringing into your life. You don't have to be constantly talking about this. You don't have to revisit the same thing over and over again. Just keep it to yourself for now and those who you trust and support you, and keep going forward. All in good time. Remember, this does not define you. So I hope that this really does help. And you're gonna be okay. You don't need anybody to support you because you've got yourself. Show yourself that first and foremost. And know that there are plenty of other people out there who would support you in a heartbeat. Don't lose hope. Find those people. Make friends. genuine friends, good friends, friends who love you unconditionally. Be patient, give time, and you will see everything will eventually connect for you. And yeah, thank you so much for writing this question. If this video benefited you, and you know anybody that this video could really help, please take a second to pass it forward. You don't know who around you may be in need of hearing these words. You know, I always try to push that forward. I always try to encourage you to share these videos forward. Please help me get more eyes on these videos. There's a lot of people struggling with this, even people who you wouldn't imagine, not just teens, but adults. There's so many people who are struggling, and we need more kindness in this world. We really, really do. So like I said, if you take a second to share this, you never know whose life you may be touching. And so I do ask you to please help me touch that life through you. Thank you so much for giving me a little bit of your time. If you want to see more of me, catch me on my social medias. They're on the screen or down below. If you like what you see, I invite you to follow me, please, and thank you. Please don't go anywhere. Spend a little bit more time with me. Check this video right here. And if you don't want to see that one, then check this video right here. And I will catch you in the next video. Remember, if there's one thing that I want to call to mind, there are actually three. No matter the highs and lows, always be certain to do good. Be grateful and stay humble. Bye.